So in last class, first class, we discussed about what is react.js, that introduction I have given. Okay. Now we will discuss what are the features we have in this react.js. Okay, let me open the notepad. React.js. What is React.js? Is it client-side script or server-side script? Already I told you in the first class. Okay. So this is the second demo for us. Okay. So now React.js is a client-side script to implement web applications. Why we are using this React.js? To implement the web applications. Means to implement the websites indirectly. Okay. So it is a client-side script we are using to develop the websites. That's all. Okay. So if you want to implement any website, okay, if you want to develop any website, we have two pages. How many pages we are having? Two pages. The first one is design phase. Second one is coding phase. Okay, already I told you about this. In design phase, we are creating the screens, web pages we're designing, right? Yeah. In the design phase, what we're doing, we are designing the web pages. Okay. Like, okay. So we are creating screens. So what are the technologies we are using? HTML, CSS, like that. These technologies we are using to design the screens. In coding point of view, we are implementing logics. So these logics are two types. One is client-side logics. Second one is server-side logics. What is client-side? Why we are using? Okay. So actually, client-side logics means the logics which executes. Okay, in browser. Okay, these logics execute where? In browser. We're calling as client-side logics. Execute in browser. For example, okay, if you implement any logics using JavaScript or the next level technology JavaScript like React, Angular, all this comes under client-side scripts. Okay, these scripts means client-side logics download into the browser, and in browser these logics execute. That is the main point of this. Server-side logics, okay, executes in web server. For example, if you take, okay, like ASP, JSP, okay, JSP, Spring Hibernate or PHP, all this comes under server-side scripts, okay. So this is about the concept of this. Okay. Anyhow, we have two types of scriptings at the time of development we are using. At the time of website development, we are using two types of scriptings. The first one is client-side script and second one is server-side scripts. Okay, that's the main. Now, what is React.js? React.js is nothing but a client-side script. Yes, yeah, where it executes in browser. The script executes where? In browser. So that is the main point of this React. Yes. Now, I will explain you what are the functionalities, what are the features we have in this React.js. Those features we need to discuss now. Okay. So first of all, if you take this React, yeah, who implemented this React.js? Already told you about this. Yeah, Mr. Jordan Walkie implemented React.js. Okay, in the year 2030. Who implemented this? Jordan Walkie. In which year? 2013. So not only this person, okay, along with the team members, Jordan Walkie, along with the team members, implemented this React in the year 2013. Okay, so that is the main point of this. So, what is the reason behind this implementation? In Facebook chart concept, he wanted to add some more additional features. So that is the reason why they implemented this one. Okay. So actually React just belongs to Facebook. To add some additional features in the Facebook chart concept, they implemented this React.js in the year 2013. Later, they added more functionalities and released this React as open source client-side script. From then, every person, the outer, okay, worker with this React.js, like that in many websites like Instagram, Apple-related websites, Flipkart, Amazon. All these websites, they use this React.js as client-side script. Okay. It belongs to Facebook. Okay, that is the point of this. Okay. Now, what are the features? Okay. We are discussing about the features of React.js. So what are the features we have to work with this? Okay. So that point we are discussing now. So now here, JavaScript is there. It is very popular technology. Why should we use the React.js? And what are the differences between the JavaScript and React.js we have? Next one, what are the differences between React.js and Angular we have? Okay. Yeah. So these are the points we need to discuss now. Is this clear? Yeah. So this is about the features of React. Okay. So first of all, if you take supports data binding. Yeah. What the first feature we have, it supports data binding. Is it clear? Yes. What is data binding? Yeah. So I will discuss with you. So data binding means just one overview I will provide you. See, we are creating the variables like serial number is 100 and this is the text box. I want to print this variable value on the text box. For that, I am executing some code here. In this code, we are reading the variable and displaying on the text box control. Here, we are getting 100. So this is the code which we are executing. Okay, yes. Now, if the variable value is updated from other location, that 100 changes to 100 or some other value. Okay, that variable is updated. My question is, without execution of this code, will it update here from 100 to 200? No. Again, you need to execute this logic. Okay. Like that, every time when the variable is updated, you need to execute this logic. That is the main point. So not only single variable, we are taking many variables in the application development. For every variable, when it is updating, you want to modify the design view. So for that, we need to execute this code, this type of code. This is for one variable. Like that, a number of variables we are creating. For every variable, we want to execute the multiple code blocks. It is complex to the programmer. But till now, all these technologies providing these feature. This is the pattern only we are following till now. In this react.js, okay, they provided one new feature for us. Not only react.js, even it is available in Angular also. What is the new feature we have? So that is nothing but data binding concept. Yes, yeah. Means we can bind a variable with the HTML control. That is the concept of data binding. So that feature they provided for us. What is that? Data binding. So what is the main purpose of this? We can bind a variable with the HTML control. What is the main purpose of this data binding? So whenever the variable value is updating, okay, whenever the variable value is updating, automatically that view will update with that value. As a programmer, you need not worry about to execute the logics here to get the updated values of variables. So this concept we are calling as data binding. Is this clear? Yes. That is the main purpose of this. Okay. Yeah. So data binding means what is that? We can bind data. Data means nothing but a variable with HTML controls. Okay. So there are two types of data bindings we have. One-way data binding and two-way data binding. So what is that in detail we'll discuss later. Anyhow, this concept is not there in JavaScript. Okay. So this is available in React as well as Angular. Next one. Supports many validators. As these validators, main purpose is to validate the controls. We're validating the controls. So that is the main purpose of the validators. So in JavaScript, to validate the HTML controls, like control is empty or not, or two controls comparison and same value or not, like that, these type of validations, we need to write the lines of code where in JavaScript. But this React, not only React, Angular, these technologies provides many predefined validators. These validators directly can apply on the HTML elements. That is the main advantage. Okay. So React, Angular also provides these validators. Next one. Supports single page application concept. It supports what? Single page application concept. Why this React Angular got popular? Because of this single page application concept. Is it clear? The main reason is because of this single page application concept. So supports what? Single page applications. What is the single page application? So just overview I will discuss now. So once we start the installation of React everything, so I will discuss the programming points. Okay, what is the single page application first of all? Okay, so here you are developing one website, right? Yeah, take like this. You're developing one website. In that website, you have the pages like home, about us, contact us, like that you have these pages. This is home page. And this is about us. And this is contact us. Like that, these are the pages we have. Now, some X open browser client, okay, and sending a request for this home page. Now it is loading into the browser. In this home page, you are displaying the hyperlinks for about and contact, like that. Yes. When user click on the about us, then here the request is going to the server and response is coming back to the browser. If user click on the contact us, the request is going to the server and the response is coming back to the browser. Like that, every time what is happening, one request is going to the server and the request related response is coming back to the browser. So that's the procedure. Okay, means not a single user. In a second, number of users are working with the website, means from different users. Okay, so like the many users are working with the web application, from different users who are sending the many requests. Okay, then it occupies a much network traffic. Okay, yes, it occupies what? The much network traffic. Is this clear? Yes. To avoid this, they introduced the single page application concept for us. What the purpose of the single page application? Okay, to avoid this, they provided the concept like single page application. So what the main purpose of this? Yes, we are holding all these, okay, elements as one object, means all these components, okay, or pages you can say, okay, all these pages as one object. So that object we are calling as routing object. Okay. When user sends the first request, then enter this object loading into the browser. Okay. Enter this object is loading into the browser. In this object, we binded these all pages like home page, about us, contact us, like that. Okay. It can. When user click on the about us, from here, the page is loading the next step. Means no need to send the request to the server. Directly that page is loading. Sorry, it is gone. Yeah. Once again, I will draw this diagram. Okay. Now, this is the server. We have the pages like this. Home, about us, contact us. Like that. Now, we created one router object here. Yes. Now, this is the browser. Okay. If user send the first request, then what is happening? Yes. The request is going to the server. And this entire object is loading into the browser. In this, we have the pages like home, about us, and contact us. Mean these pages are loaded into the browser. Those are storing in the cache memory of browser. Okay. Now, if user click on the hyperlink like about our contact, what is happening? That is loading from here directly. If user click on the contact us, that is loading from here directly. Okay. Means next time onwards, no need to send the request to the server. Okay. Because all these pages are cached in the browser memory location. All these pages are cached in the browser memory location. That is the Main point of this. Is it clear? Yeah. So this concept we are calling a single page application. Around we are spending 1 week with this single page application concept. It reduces the hits on the server and increases the performance of application. At the time of discussion, the single page application, we are discussing how to work with the authentication, authorization, etc., etc. These concepts we'll discuss. Yes, yeah. This is about this one. Yeah, fine. Next, supports virtual virtual DOM. Okay. So here it supports the virtual DOM concept. What is the purpose of this virtual DOM? Actually, I don't discuss now what is virtual DOM. Even if we discuss, you cannot understand. One point to remember. So you are creating web page. Once you load the web page in RAM, one object is creating. That object we are calling as DOM. Okay, once you load the web page in RAM, an object creates that is calling as DOM. Now, if you do any modifications on the browser, then entire object is recreating. That is the default nature. But in React, they provided virtual DOM concept. Because of this virtual DOM, what is the benefit? Instead of recreating that, okay, object again and again, this virtual DOM is updating only that modified location. That is the concept. Later, I will show you each and everything in detail. So here, because of this virtual DOM, a React application performance is faster than other applications like Angular, etc. Angular doesn't have this concept, virtual DOM concept. Okay, yes. So due to this reason, React performance is faster than other applications. Faster means don't expect minutes and hours. So in milliseconds point of view, at the time of updating, okay, the React application is a bit faster than other applications. I will show you the comparison between these two applications in future, then you will get the clarity. But the main feature of this React is virtual DOM it is supporting for us. So it is not there in Angular. Okay. Next one. Supports. Okay. JSX format. Yeah. What is that? JSX format. It is one more advantage what we have. Yes. So what is the JSX? Yeah. JSX stands for JavaScript XML. Using the JSX, we can combine HTML and JavaScript code. That is the main point. Okay. Yes. So generally what happens if you write the JavaScript inside the HTML or if you write the HTML inside the JavaScript, okay, it raises error message. By default, it raises the error message. But using JSX, we can combine these two. That is the main advantage. Okay. So for example, a piece of JavaScript you are executing, that result you want to display on any HTML table or any other control. So generally, we are writing JavaScript in one file and HTML is in another file. But in that point of view, we need to call the HTML from the JavaScript code. It takes some extra lines of code. But with the support of JSX, what is the benefit? We can write HTML inside the JavaScript. Means we can combine these two scripts. That is the main benefit of this. Okay. So this is about JSX format. Yes. Is it clear? Yeah. JSX means JavaScript XML. It stands for what? JavaScript XML. So we can combine that both scripts, HTML and JavaScript. Okay. It won't raise any error message. Without React, if you try to combine these two scripts, means if you want to write the HTML inside the JavaScript, it gives the error message. That is the main problem of this. Okay, but in React, that problem we don't have. That is the main advantage. Next one supports many services. Yes, services we are using in functional point of view. Okay, React supports different types of services here. So I will show you what are the services we have. Everything I'll discuss with you. It supports different types of services. Next one here, yeah, React Native. We can use to implement. Yes, mobile applications. Yes. So React Native is a technology for what is it? Mobile application development. So see, not only websites, we can also implement the mobile applications. Yes. In website development point of view, so for designing we are using HTML and for coding we are using React. In website development point of view. But in mobile development point of view, for designing, we are using native. For designing, we are using native. For coding, we are using React. That is the main advantage of this. Okay. Yes. So React Native we are using for what? To implement the mobile application development. From that point of view, taking the support of this React Native. Okay. But in these classes, we are covering only website development, not mobile application development. Okay. Yes. So next one, React supports Redux to maintain the state of application. Yes. So React supports Redux concept. This Redux we are using for what? To maintain the state of application. Yes, so application state we want to maintain. Then we are taking the support of Redux. So state means what is state and what is the concept we will discuss later. Generally, the data of one page you want to transfer to another page. In that point of view, we are using the concept state. Okay, data one page you want to transfer to another page. In that point of view, we are in the concept of state. So for that, generally we have different types of state management objects like cookies, sessions, local storage, etc., etc. But instead of that, if you use this Redux, okay, if you use the Redux, it supports more external features also to easily work with the state of application compared with the cookies, local storage, etc. So React directly support the Redux that I will discuss later how to work with that in our programs. Okay. Next one here. Simple coding. In coding point of it is very, very simple. Okay. So compared with the JavaScript, we have simplified coding in this React. What is React? It is nothing but the library of JavaScript. Means it provides the minimized functionalities of JavaScript. Okay. Yes. So that is the main benefit of this. So that's the reason. Okay. So it is simple coding. In coding point of it is very, very simple. Okay. Yes. So these are the main features what we have in this React.js. Okay. One is supports data binding. Next one, many validators. Like that, these are the basic features. Okay. In ongoing classes, we'll discuss many more features we'll add with this. Okay. So anyhow, compared with the Angular, what are the benefits we have? That first of all, Angular is not supporting virtual DOM. Angular is not supporting JSX. Angular is not supporting the direct libraries to work with the Redux. And next one, if you want to work with the Angular, we need to use TypeScript. But in React, you can use both either JavaScript or TypeScript. Any one of these two you can use when you're working with this React. Is this clear? Yeah. So these are the main features what we have in this React additionally. So like that, Angular, if you take, Angular is providing many functionalities. That is another side compared with the React.js. In React.js, some other functionalities you want to use. Okay, we need to depend on the third-party libraries. But Angular is framework. It is providing many functionalities. Okay, direct functionalities. No need to depend on the third-party framework. Like that, every technology contains their advantages as well as disadvantages. Okay. Yes. But the main thing is come to the React. So virtual DOM is benefit for us and JSX is benefit for us. Like that, Redux to direct work with the Redux, that is benefit. And second point is, so in companies from past few years, many programmers working with the JavaScript. Okay. From past few years, many programmers they're working with the JavaScript. So they want to look for the next technology. Okay. What is the next technology? It is nothing but React.js. If they want to go with the Angular, okay, then they must learn this TypeScript additionally. That is the reason. Okay, that's why here the one more benefit what we have is okay. Is this clear? Like that, we have some advantages as well as disadvantages in this scenario. Okay. So anyhow, now in market IT industry, okay, many programmers working with React.js. That's why if any company is looking for the new resource to include in the teams, okay, definitely that is React.js. That is the reason why we got some more openings in the React.js compared with this Angular. Okay, but Angular is also good. Okay, so compare with this React.js, okay, Angular has less openings, but both are playing important role in this software industry. That's the main point. Okay, now, yes, it is clear. Now, what the prerequisite is to learn this React.js? Already I told you JavaScript is prerequisite. That's why we need to start our discussion with JavaScript. Okay, because so without JavaScript library, React is what? Nothing but the library of JavaScript. So that is the reason why we are starting with JavaScript. Once the JavaScript is completed, we'll discuss the React.js concepts. So as I told you, total course duration is around 60 to 65 days it will take. That so 20 days we are spending with JavaScript and around 45 days we are spending with the React.js. Okay. So today the second demo class, and I think they may provide you the two more demo classes. Okay. And 6 days a week, Monday to Saturday. But first Saturday we don't have class for the new batch. Means okay, day after tomorrow. So from second week onwards, 6 days a week. And the demo classes we're spending around 45 to 50 minutes. After that 1 hour session. So that is 7 to 8. Okay. Yes. So in next class, we will discuss about okay how to work with the JavaScript. That concepts will start. Anyhow, this demo, okay, what is React and what are the features we discussed in this demo? So that clarity what I think. Now, from your side, you have any doubts, you can ask me. Any questions, any doubts? Raj and Sharmila, Ira. So is React client-side script or server-side script?
Client side
Just client-side script. So where it executes in browser or server?
browser.
Browser. For example, in browser, you want to perform the dynamic functionalities like change the properties of HTML controls, validations, etc., etc. In that point of view, we are using this client-side technologies. Okay, like you want to work with the Ajax, etc. In that point of view, we are taking the support of client-side scripts. When we are in the server-side scripting languages, okay, not we, in companies, separate server-side programming team is there. Okay, so that team is working with the server-side functionalities. Okay, they are using server-side script for what? So to connect with the database, next one, to create the tokens, so like that. So sessions, they create the sessions in that point of view. Server-side technologies they are using. Yes, yeah. Like that, we have these two types of scriptings to develop the websites. The first one is client-side script, and second one is server-side script. Okay, as you are developer, your role is to work with these client-side functionalities. Yeah. So this is the basic introduction. Okay. So slowly we will discuss concepts one by one, then we will get the more clarity, right? Okay. So any other doubts?
Sir, your JavaScript will cover from scratch or
Huh?
JavaScript
So,
how it will cover from scratch it will start the main
your
basic.
voice is not that much clear. Come again, please.
JavaScript will cover from scratch or the main important topics will you cover?
JavaScript is
JavaScript in this class will cover from scratch or
yeah, I will cover from scratch. Okay. So in JavaScript, so course content you can see.
yeah,
I
I
will
saw
share
that
the
one just information.
I'll show the course content. Okay. Yeah. So these are the JavaScript constructs, declarations, variables, variable dash functions, events. Okay. Array, ECMAScript, varlet, constant, hosting objects. Okay. Bomb objects, window document, date object, method, string conversion functions, Ajax, promises. Okay. Call, apply, bind, hissing, await, oops, concepts, event bubbling, trickling, event loop, exception handling. Local, these are state management objects, local storage, session storage. Okay. Under spread closures, like that. These are the JavaScript concepts, and these are the REACTJS concepts which we are covering here. Okay. Yes.
Thank
So
you.
that content is available in that official website of DurgaSoft. You can open that website. It is available there. Go to that. Okay, you can see that. Okay. Fine.
Yes.
So any other doubts? In next class, we will discuss the next
In
topic.
this course, you will cover HTML and CSS also.
CSS, okay, just a bit introduction I will give you. I don't cover the complete CSS here. Okay, how to include Bootstrap and CSS with our React application that I will discuss.
So for React.js, how much knowledge required for HTML and CSS?
So
Need
HTML introduction I will provide you. Okay, HTML introduction I will provide you. CSS point of view. So how to include if you know that is enough. Later you want to get more ideas for CSS. No need to attend any classes. Okay, so many websites providing. You can go through that. Not an issue.
Thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
Here our main concentration is on React coding. That is the main thing. By using this React coding, we are creating the login form, registration form, etc., etc. So for that, some part of HTML and CSS is required. Okay, so that I will explain to you. Okay. Yes. So tomorrow I will give the introduction of this HTML. Okay. But I don't spend many days with this HTML. Hardly 1 or 1.5 day we are spending with that HTML. Like their CSS also. Not more than that. Okay. So main concepts will go with that coding implementation side. Got it. Yes. Fine. So see you in the next class. You can drop. No, thank you.